Hello and welcome back to my video diary, and today I've got some weaving to show you. I just cut off a few days ago, so yeah, let's get started. So these are my most recent weaves, and this is actually my last warp of my degree, which is really sad. So yeah, I'll just go through them now. So basically the whole concept of this warp was to mix the jelly cord with like more traditional, like normal yarns, I guess, to sort of tie together my cotton samples and my plastic samples. So obviously these I've not finished yet. I had like a stripe of pink going through the warp, and yep, so this was the first one. See, it's mostly jelly. This one was kind of mostly cotton, but I had like the jelly floating on the top. This guy, and something that was very difficult about this warp was that I didn't have a lot of each colour. I only had a bit of each colour left, so I had to sort of use my colours really wisely. So obviously it might have been better if these were the same colour, but they're different, which is not too bad, I guess. This is when we were coming to the end and I didn't have very much left at all, like in the same colours, so we just went a bit random, bit mad, and just one pick of all these different colours coming through, and yeah, and then last one, which is not a full sample, but it was just a bit of plain, yeah, like that. And I just wanted to try out all the colours in one, all the cotton colours in one sample, and I still have some orange left and some of this yellow. Don't really know what I'm going to do with that at the moment, but yeah, these are the offcuts, which I thought were really pretty. Yeah, lots of different colours there. What else I've done this week is I've started this book. So I started the backgrounds. So I've got like watercolour, PVA glue and blow pen. I've got just regular acrylic, bit of wallpaper sample, watercolour again, acrylic again. Acrylic again. Here. Watercolour. Ink. So we'll see how this book goes. Like I'm close to finishing the backgrounds, and then all of the stuff will go in. Which leads me on to my yarn wrappings, which I've been doing. So on this side of the paper we have all the yarn wrappings that will be going in. They'll hopefully be going in that book that I was just showing you. So yeah, it's been a week of yarn wrappings really. So sort of they're meant to sort of all represent all the samples that I did on these two warps. Yeah, I'm really happy with them, and the blocky sort of design really comes through, and I quite like that. So yeah, and then to just explain these ones, I have to come over to the computer. So I've been doing mood boards for all of the warps that I've done in third year, they're gonna be A2, just so I can really like be very obvious about what I've been doing, what was influencing each warp, and obviously, like if they're part of the same project, they're not going to be like completely different, but each warp had a slightly different feel, and I wanted to convey that. So this was my first two warps of my degree, and then my computer's being really slow. There we go. And this was the warps 3 and 4, which was like the tape yarn stuff, and I tried a bit of wool then, which I didn't really get along with. And I already have a mood board from the Japan stuff, so debating whether to do that again, but yeah. And obviously the mood boards for that, the Anink stuff, were part of it. So yeah, this is the start of the fruit project. So this was those yarn wrappings that I was showing you actually. This was those two warps, and I've just included like my own photos and artist photos and my own drawing and a bit of like visualization, inspiration, and then just the colours at the side. They're not the exact colours, but I just wanted to get a feel of it when it's printed out big. And so I've made, sorry, there we go. This is warp 3, which is the first plastic warp that I did, and it was the little one with the coasters. Yeah, and I really like that one actually. This was warp 4, which is the placemat, yeah, the placemat plastic warp, and I've just, yeah, the same sort of thing really. Own photos here, sketchbook work, a bit of research into the techniques that I was doing, a bit of visualization research, artist stuff, and then the last one is this one that I've got here. I found this by Malia Kent, which is really appropriate. So there are like blocks of like more traditional and then like more see-through bits, and yeah, so they're the mood boards, and I'll show you the yarn wrappings. So there's these yarn wrappings, oh my hand shaky, these yarn wrappings for this project. And then last year, these are the yarn wrappings for it. So this was warps 1 and 2, which was mostly mercerized cotton and novelty yarns. And then I haven't finished these yet. Obviously I ran out of that pink, but this is warps 3 and 4, mostly wool and tape yarn. Yeah. And then the last thing that I've been doing this week is sort of a tentative start on design responsibility and material awareness. So this was these are all from the Materia website. Such a good website. Like, I wish I'd found this a bit sooner in my degree, but there you go. And they have like all these like really exciting materials that you things that you just never think about, like using like seagrass and that's like recycled bottles. And oh, this one, like, it kind of creeps me out, but it's really good as well. It's the meat project. So they use meat and they do some sort of processes on it and they make it into fabric. And the idea behind it is that you can use expired meat, and you can, the meat that wasn't sold in the shop, which just normally gets thrown away. Really cool. This is human hair rope. And all those ones that I was looking at, obviously they're not entirely relevant, but I just found them interesting, so I put them in. But this is where we get a bit more into the sort of territory that I've been working in, which is plastic. So as you can see, this is like a latticey one, another sort of mesh one. This is reused recycled stuff. This, oh, I really liked this. So it's called 1 yarn of plastic, and they use 1 yarn to make the whole coaster. I wish I could do that, but these are the things that you only could do if you were sort of a big company. This one's interesting. So people take their like old plastic waste, and they take it to this place, and this place will like mold it down and make it into a tile, and then they'll put it on in an art piece, and you can see it happen. Wait, awesome. Another recycled plastic thingy. Lots of outdoor stuff. I love these ones. They're like really relevant to what I'm doing. Lots of like flooring, which I never really thought of that application. Yeah, they, as you can see, like, there's the sofa there, and that's the floor. So it turns out plastic weaving, it's quite a big industry, which I didn't realise. So I did quite a lot of these. I spent ages looking through, because it's a really good website. Would recommend. So yeah. Oh, look at this carpet. Look at these colours. They're gorgeous. So I think that is it. So yeah, happy with this week. Happy that I've done my last walk of my degree. It was really sad, to be honest. It was really sad taking it off, knowing that I wouldn't be weaving in that room again. But yeah, it's done. So I guess this week I'll be finishing off these samples and choosing samples for my degree show, and making these mood boards and all the other stuff that I've got going on. So yeah, I will chat to you next week. Bye.